Today's top tech leaders, investors, and philosophers increasingly describe the global pursuit of artificial general intelligence, AGI, and superintelligence as an active race to build a digital god.
Will other religions be as open to robots and AI?
We find ourselves facing a transformation of similar magnitude, with perhaps even greater consequences.
A lot has been written about the scientific and economic advances that AI can bring, and I'm really optimistic about this.
Artificial intelligence already touches many areas of our lives and affects decisions that shape human coexistence.
But I think an even more meaningful impact in our lives is going to come from everyone having a personal superintelligence.
I don't wake up and say, I'm gonna impute my exact moral view and decide that this is okay and that is not okay and this is a better view than this one. What I think ChatGPT should do is reflect that
The Vatican has launched a smart rosary bracelet that tracks your prayers. Alexa is linked up with the Church of England.
Welcome back to Grimworld. I'm your host, Devin Roberts. Today, we dive into the idea of a digital god, superintelligence. Is it being developed, and what does it mean for society? You see, this concept reflects the sheer scale, power, and implications of creating a machine that surpasses any human capabilities you could ever imagine. This only on Grimworld. The race to create godlike artificial intelligence is no longer theoretical. It's underway, led by a small group of powerful organizations and men at the top. The front runners are OpenAI under Sam Altman, Google DeepMind under Demis Hassabis, Anthropic under Dario Amodei, and xAI driven by Elon Musk. They differ in style and stated values, but they share one critical condition. There is no independent global authority meaningfully stopping them or monitoring the ethics of what they're building. This is an arms race, I kid you not. So where do we start? Well, the leaders of today's infamous Mag 7 companies will certainly continue to spend until there is irrefutable evidence that scaling laws are slowing. Why? Well, the reason is simple. They view this race as fundamentally existential to their continued dominance in the world market and ultimately long-term survival. They're trying to keep their company afloat 100, maybe 200 years from now. Who knows? Forever, right? For example, Microsoft believes they're in an actual race to create a digital god. You see, if you create the first digital god, most would imagine that it's tens of trillions or hundreds of trillions of value. A straight up game changer, right? I mean, does that seem ridiculous to you? Well, who's to say? However, the Mag 7 believe that if they lose the race, it would be an existential threat to their company. So what does the AI god race really mean? Like for people like us, right?
Deception. We thought that when Christianity had been removed from the scene, atheism would take over. That's not true. Polytheism has taken over. Every person has their own god or is their own god. And now we live in an age where there's a distinct danger of artificial intelligence being treated as God.
Hey ChatGPT, I have a question. Do you think Jesus was God or a prophet?
While there are instances where he is referred to in divine terms, the overall narrative emphasizes his role as a servant and messenger of God.
Wow, my mind is blown.
Well, let's start with the existential stakes. Tech billionaires and major companies like Alphabet view this race as a winner-takes-all scenario. Whoever creates the first superintelligent AI will hold unimaginable economic, scientific, and military dominance over the entire world. Think about it. We will begin to transcend human limits. Proponents describe this pursuit of an actual digital god as a form of self-transcendence. Now this is very interesting if you ask me. Its vision is to engineer an intelligence that is capable of solving humanity's most daring and complex problems, goal of eliminating biological decay, and certainly extending human potential. I told you it's going to get exciting, but also scary. It's a true AI race. I'm not exaggerating. Leading AI labs are moving at incredible speeds. You see, industry leaders like Amazon have published manifestos outlining the rapid timelines that they expect to achieve. We're talking superintelligence. These world-changing systems should arrive in the near future. I get it. A lot of people think that this is very controversial. Think about it for a moment. You see, the idea of creating an omnipresent godlike superintelligence has triggered ethical pushback from all over the world. So where's the accountability? Ethicists and researchers like Yeshua Ben-Gil. He warns that rushing to build technology of this magnitude is happening with almost no demographic oversight. There's an existential risk. Hello? Now, prominent figures have feared that if a digital god is misaligned with human values, it could pose an existential threat to humanity. I mean, what about our morals and religious values after all? Is this AI god just gonna format it all? The concept of a digital god has drawn heavy criticism from religious and philosophical institutions. First, we use AI for assistance and data and help with homework. Now people are turning to it for emotional support instead of a real human. The next step is a digital god? What the f***? Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not even surprised. Pope Leo XIV released the encyclical Magnificat Humanitas, which warns against the temptation to build a technical future that excludes God and reduces human beings to mere means to an end. Something straight out of a movie, but it's all true.
We do not possess the technical answers, nor do we seek to displace those with expertise. But we bring a wisdom concerning the human that our present time desperately needs.
We give people a lot of freedom and customization within that. There are, absolute bounds that we draw, but then there's a default of if you don't say anything, how should the model behave?
So the world's most known and biggest tech companies, such as Meta and Tesla, are all engaged in an arms race to build a superintelligence that would fundamentally alter the fabric of human civilization. I ain't playing. But not to fear. You see, world domination has always been their goal, so you can rest easy on that. Now, what happens when NVIDIA potentially creates the first digital god and maintains full control over this godlike intelligence? Does your stock go up? Will they hold everyone else at their mercy? Better yet, will Apple dominate every industry, build the most powerful eye weapons? Will they decide which particular diseases get eradicated? Now, will Microsoft determine how long humans could live and alter their longevity? Haven't they already been doing that? What happens when Meta loses control of their AI god and Zuckerberg goes kung fu on you? As a human on planet Earth, are you still prioritized? Or perhaps you're not aligning with the agenda.
So with the wearables, it could be your companion, it could be your friend, and I use those terms loosely, but that is a way that you can use it as an aid. And that is what Zuckerberg and Meta is hoping that these wearables will become, is that personal human concierge, if you will.
Technology to improve the spirituality, to help people to do good things, we're blessing that.
The scary thing is that we'll likely know at around 2030.
When we get to the 2030s, nanobots will connect our brains to the cloud, just the way your phone does. It'll expand intelligence 1 million-fold by 2045.
Ultimately, no one has created an AI god just yet. Thanks for listening to Grimworld. Please like and subscribe and check out our Spotify. I'm out.